Welcome to the Get Offset podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Andrew.
And today we have something a little bit different for you.
A bit strange, a bit spooky.
But kind of more fantastic than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's not strange or spooky at all. Maybe a little strange, but certainly not spooky.
Yeah.
We went to the Tacoma Guitar Show this last weekend.
Yep.
And this episode is a bunch of sound clips we took while we were there. It's a little bit of a deviation from our standard podcast format, but I think it turned out really well.
I do too. And I'm a little biased. I listen to a lot of This American Life and NPR and stuff. But I think that it turned out really well. It feels very warm, if that makes any sense.
And listening back to it really brought back a whole lot of memories. We could talk about that at the end of the episode, but it was an excellent day. Met a lot of great people, had a really great time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great reminder that this is a great community and industry to be a part of.
Yeah, I agree. I had just so much fun being there. It's a cool little event, and we got to see some old friends, some new friends. Yeah, it was a really good day.
It was good. And without further ado, let's kick off the episode.
All right. Okay. This is a Get Offset podcast. My name's Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
And we are reporting live from the Tacoma Guitar Festival.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we're about to go in. Yeah, we should probably get the Tacoma Dome in the
there it is.
Picture. Is it?
Yeah. It blends in with the skyline.
Yeah.
It's gray, just like the rest of
this
part of the world.
It is. How does it smell, Andrew?
Yeah.
Not great.
I've changed a lot of diapers in my lifetime, and I have a pretty high tolerance for a bad smell.
It smells like a paper mill, but it's my understanding that Fife makes the smell that Tacoma gets blamed for, so I'm not going to hold it against Tacoma.
I hold it against Tacoma just for the sake of being a stuck-up Seattleite.
Yeah. We're about to go into the festival. Andrew brought something to trade around.
I did. Yeah, let me grab it.
I brought some things also. I'm not going to pull them all out, but one of them is this Earthquaker organizer. I think I got the MD Effects timber overdrive in the bag, and I also have this Octopussy.
There we go.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I would like to trade 3 little things for one big thing.
And I'd like to trade my little pedal worth maybe $30 on a good day into something worth at least $100 throughout the day. We'll see.
All right.
I have high hopes.
Cool. Let's go
Let's
in.
hit it.
Yeah.
Hello, are we good?
Hey.
Okay.
We are recording.
Okay.
This is Andrew, and we're here with Roman with Shnobel Tone.
Hey guys, it's good to be here.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's great to meet you guys, and we're here at the Tacoma Guitar Festival or Guitar Show, and we're out here showing some of the mods that I do for the volume and the tuner, and just selling a few other guitar gear and pedals.
Yeah, you do. I'm really familiar with your work. I really appreciate all the hard work you've done for the industry, and I really dig the products you put out.
Oh, thank you. I'm actually working. I started with like mods for the volume pedals with the tuner. I put the tuner right in the face of the volume, and for those who don't know what kind of stuff I do, but yeah, I started with the volume, and then I'm actually working on original guitar pedals like overdrive. We're gonna start with.
Oh, crazy! That was my next question. Is what's up next?
Yeah, so because I've demoed and I've been able to get a hold of a lot of guitar pedals over the years because of my channel. I kind of sort of in my head put together a sound that I want, and I'm actually working with some people to create that sound, because electronically I'm not as gifted as some other people, but the sound I'm going for, so I could steer the team I'm working with into getting that exact sound that I want. So that's coming next. Yeah, the overdrive pedal.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Do you have your tuner, the tuner with the
polytune
yeah,
with
the
the
with the
polytune.
volume
Yeah.
Yeah, do
knob
you have
on
that
it.
here?
I actually not here, not
Yeah.
at the show. I was thinking of grabbing one. Yeah, there it is in
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
picture.
there it is on the screen. Look at
Nice.
that.
I don't know. Some people kind of think it's kind of a weird idea to put a volume knob on a tuner pedal, but I mean, it's whatever, whatever works for a certain setup.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's very space efficient. I think some of the concerns are just about how robust is it?
It's just a volume pot with a kind of a large knob that you turn with your foot.
Yeah.
It's, like there's full tone pedals that Deja Vibe. I
Deja
think.
Vibe, yeah.
Yeah, and it has these larger knobs that you're
Exactly.
supposed to turn with your foot.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's the same concept.
Yeah,
I have some fuzz
so-
pedals like that
So
too.
people, I don't think they should be worried. It's something that is meant to, take that abuse of your, foot turning that thing. So,
So I've got 2 questions for you.
mm-hmm.
I'm going to start with a softball. Cats, do you love them or hate them, and why?
Cats?
Yeah.
I'm actually allergic to cat hair, so
no.
I'm just
Me
like,
too.
I have no choice. So I mean, I don't really hate them, but it's not a pleasant experience when. Actually, I think the allergy's been getting better.
Okay.
I'm sometimes in a home where there is a cat or 2 cats, and it's actually not as bad as it was like several years back.
Right.
Yeah, like I start like sneezing, my nose starts running. So
Oh yeah.
I'm a
That doesn't
dog
sound pleasant.
I know
person,
that pain.
but I like the dog. We have a dog that's a golden retriever and a poodle, golden doodle.
Aw.
So I have a little Tweed Deluxe here that I have for the show, and I got my Fender guitar, and so because I'm selling some pedals here, so I can plug in pedals to demo them. So let's hear this Muff Overdrive and see what we could trade it for here.
All right.
Clean tone incoming. There it is. Oh, that wasn't clean tone. That was... There's the clean.
Clean tone here. All right, here's the Muff. That sounds pretty cool. All right, let's see what we could trade it for. Where they're trying to trade for this pedal and then keep going and see what they end up with at the end. So, what do you think?
I don't know the value of the pedal,
It's
so.
a $30, $40.
What about this one? This one's $40.
It's not a very known. I want you guys to trade up a little bit better down the road.
This one?
This is a Boost. Well, let's see. We should probably go with like a more common. Let's see. Oh, I think
This one.
Ooh,
There we
that's
go.
the one you were looking at, Andrew.
I was looking
Oh
at
yeah, you guys were looking at this one.
Yeah.
This is it's a Boss. It's a blues driver, but it's been kind of painted over with a blue paint. But it's actually a Keeley modded blues driver,
Oh, crazy.
and it sounds pretty good. I mean, it looks kind of ugly, but
Yeah.
You know,
I think
what
it
do you
looks
guys think?
awesome. I think Andrew
I'd be
should
down
do
for
it.
that.
let's trade.
Let's
That's
trade.
great.
All
All
right.
right.
There
For
we
sure.
go.
We need to get a picture.
Okay, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Shake hands. Yeah.
Trade number 1 for the day.
Yes. All right.
Guys,
All right.
the demo's coming soon.
All right. Thanks so much, Roman. Yeah.
I love to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where I end up standing.
Nice.
Boss is a more common pedal. I think that people will most likely trade it to something else. So.
I'm excited.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, guys.
There you go. So what do we got here, Andrew?
I see a couple of overdrives, but that looks interesting. Is they've got the digital sampler / delay, which is the DSD2 from Boss. Oh, it's taped over 1980s. It is a
Man.
Japanese made.
I don't know if we're going to be able to.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. I think that's that gentleman right there. You're definitely looking to trade for pedals. Yeah.
I'm looking to trade for pedals at this point in time. Yeah.
All right.
If we get up to something bigger.
Is this your booth? Yeah, it's my stuff. I mean, I'm here with 3 other friends. We're just hobbyists. We're not in.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm Emily.
Hi,
Nice to
Emily.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Andrew. We're with the Get Offset podcast.
Okay, great.
And
That's that's where you're doing the fancy
Yeah, it
recording.
is.
That's just audio.
Just
Just
audio.
audio. We're having some fun walking around, seeing what everybody's got today.
Yeah.
We're doing a fun experiment for the day. I showed up with a Muff overdrive, and to have fun today, we're doing a little game of trade in, trade up.
Oh
And
yeah.
so I've traded up to a Keeley modded blues driver.
Right,
was
which is
wondering.
one of those.
Right. We're curious if you'd be interested in possibly trading
Let me
it.
see it. Modded being at the Keeley factory.
Keeley, yeah. So Robert Keeley of Keeley Effects modded
Yeah.
that.
It just got painted over.
So it is.
Yeah,
it
it
is
did.
painted over, but if it hasn't been painted over, Keeley ones go for about 100, 120 if I remember right online.
Okay. What's the mod? Do you know? Could you
It's just,
describe
I think
it?
it's just a standard.
It's
media
Keeley's
mod.
standard meaty mod, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
So they're sought after because
Well,
he doesn't do mods anymore.
I like that. I mean, I like the fact, which of course I have a different overdrive. A lot of people have.
Oh, I
Many
love the
different
BD2.
overdrives.
That's one of my favorites of
Yeah.
all time. But mine's also Keeley modded.
It is, huh?
Yeah.
So he doesn't do the Keeley mod anymore, and there's no
He does it.
He does.
switch or
He sells
anything
something.
to
No.
denote that. You just have to know it.
It should say it inside.
Really?
Yeah. So we can crack it open. If you
Oh,
want to
that's
take a look.
okay. I believe you. Well, let me think. So you don't want this, obviously. You want to trade up. Let's see. 80 bucks. See, I get these off Reverb sold prices or
Right.
eBay. You want it, but it's an early delay. And this guy, one guy told me who came by earlier that he goes, it's pretty collectible. He goes, that's a really rare thing. Not because subsequent pedals don't do the same thing, but that it's early,
Right,
real early.
right.
Oh, yeah.
This precedes the DD3, I believe.
Yeah, it precedes all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus it has a sample thing, which is
crazy.
really a weird. I mean, you can do a short sample and trigger it. I
Right,
never did
right.
that. That was on my board as a delay.
Right.
But not everybody had delay back then. Either. And it's really cool. I'd kind of like to get some cash for that.
Totally
Yeah.
understand.
Not interested in trade at all for it, or just cash?
Well, U.S. currency trades. I mean,
I think I've got $10. What about the pedal plus $10? I just checked online.
I'm kind of thinking of all the pedals there, those are pretty pedestrian, but this is special, pretty
Fair
special.
enough.
So I probably should have to get $120
I
or
can
real
respect
close
that.
to it.
Yeah. What
But
do you
for
think,
this, I
Andrew?
might trade it. If this, you consider this a trade up.
You know,
See?
for the spirit of the game, let's do it.
Yeah. All right.
Hey,
Let's get a picture.
Deal.
I've already got one of these. This is, in my opinion, one of the best sounding delays.
it is
out
a
there.
good delay.
It sounds delightful. So
See
Yeah.
you can
if
trade
I end up
around.
with a second one
And
at
see-
the end of the day,
I like that, but now I'm curious to try this. If it's how different it is.
Yeah.
I could really A/B them,
Totally. All right.
No,
Well,
no,
can we
that's
get
good.
a can we get a picture?
but of course.
All right. One.
We're making deals.
Hold them up. All right. Hold. Nice. I don't think it is. I don't think
I
we're going to do it
we
like
just got it
that.
from Shnobel
I
Tone.
love it.
Fantastic.
It's
there he
a
is.
noble experiment. So you got this here in the last 10 minutes.
Oh yeah. How about that? All
It's
right.
a great call.
Well, thanks so much.
Love it. It's a pleasure. Thank you guys.
Sure.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.
Festival. We just saw striking matches.
And it was awesome.
It was amazing.
Yeah, Justin was talking about on stage how he has a cold, and he's like, sorry my voice is as good. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, he sounded great.
I would kill to have that voice on a good day.
Yeah, I'm not much of a singer.
Neither am I.
And now after that, I don't feel like much of a guitarist.
Yeah, it was funny. Right after the performance got done, the guy sitting behind me just like sat back almost in just disbelief and said, "All that in 6-inch heels?"
They weren't 6 inches, but okay. I think I see Sarah over there. Maybe we can flag her down.
That's quite possible. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go bother them. Hey, that was so great! Hey, I'm Emily. I went to Belmont also.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I did not go to Belmont.
Dorm, freshman dorm. Yeah.
Yes.
But we do the podcast.
Yes.
The Get Offset podcast.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. That was really great.
Thank you.
The fire for sure.
Yeah.
Sound wise.
There were some
and stuff,
issues up there.
Complaining
A little
about being
bit.
sick, I killed half that voice on a good day, dude.
Aw.
That's alright. It was
Yeah.
just like, and then just the shit was just breaking. Like our
I
it was
know.
like Apple.
Yeah.
Last time I came here, I saw Khaki King, and there were many issues with the sound.
Khaki King's so good.
Oh my god.
It makes
Yeah.
me feel better. I could tell that like I was close enough where I could hear a little bit of the monitor mix,
Yeah.
but it wasn't cutting out in the mains very much.
Okay, cool.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So
You guys sounded nice.
your guitar did at one point.
I was like,
I
I was
look
sure
at
it
Rick,
was.
I'm
It was
like,
like,
his
it's
guitar
That's
not
gone
on.
now.
It's like this is
Yeah.
so I can hear it louder coming out of
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
I know, but it happens.
It
It's
happens.
life.
So,
What do you do?
are y'all flying out tonight?
No, thankfully we leave
Oh.
really early tomorrow. I think our flight's at 6 or 5:30 or something tomorrow, so
Oh.
it's basically tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so quick trip for us.
Nice.
But
Are y'all staying in Tacoma?
yeah, we are not too far from here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
They gave us a ride here, so
Okay,
we
all right.
sort of showed up.
You gonna go to the casino?
I didn't know there was a casino.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple.
Maybe could make some bad decisions.
Yeah.
I wish I had literally any recommendations of things we could do in Tacoma.
It's okay.
Sorry, I need to like go sleep.
I know,
That's
just
like
Yeah.
the
take it
boring
easy.
thing. Like
Yeah.
probably like drink some whiskey and go sleep.
Do they have whiskey here?
Whiskey's
I'll-
great
I'll
for
find-
colds.
They have beer here.
Well, either way, if you don't feel better, you'll still feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That was something we didn't get to talk about on the podcast. Is your
Drinking.
appreciation, your appreciation for whiskey,
Oh yeah.
which I have gathered that you have, which we have also.
I was
Yeah.
up last night with some scotch. It was a good time.
Oh, nice. What did you have?
Monkey shoulder.
Okay, excellent.
I think the only scotch. I don't know if we still have any Lafroig.
Ooh,
10 years.
that's that smoky.
Oh, seedy.
My
TDAF.
buddy has it's a 25-year, which one? He's got a 25-year or something, and it's just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a Manhattan last night made with Russell's rye. It was really nice.
Yeah,
I like rye.
I hadn't had
Yeah.
Russell's. I didn't know. I think it's under the Wild Turkey label, but it's like how they all own each other now, where basically even the Maker's Mark people are all owned by Suntory, like
Yeah.
the Japanese.
Oh yeah,
And
they own They own
I
so
know.
much.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do they own Jim Beam too? I think.
something like
Yeah.
that. Like they're one of the biggest now after they kind of like ate them up. But
Yeah.
I do like some Yamazaki. And
Yeah.
I have still have some of a bottle of Joseph Magnus. It's a
nice.
DC. Have you had that?
haven't
Oh, it's like
Heard
a
of it.
pre-prohibition era recipe. And they like found it somewhere and brought it back a few years ago.
That's awesome.
I worked a few whiskey tastings.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I've never done a proper whiskey tasting. I've really,
Yeah.
really
But I've tasted a lot of whiskey.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
just like
But never anybody talking about it.
right,
Not
or
this
just
one.
like having it like
Yeah.
back to back. That would
Yeah.
be really
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna take something back from Washington, my favorite Washington distillery is Woodinville.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like them.
And I don't think I've ever seen them outside of Washington State, but
Yeah,
they do.
probably not.
Their rye is amazing.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's like orange peel and black licorice, and just like a lot of great flavors in there.
Maybe we'll have to find that.
I know. I might have to go on
Good on the
the
old,
Yeah.
on the old through.
Are y'all going to check out the hall, or are you just going to
I
go straight
think
back to the
so.
hotel?
Might as well,
Nice.
right?
Andrew's been doing this thing where he started with a. What did you start with, Andrew?
It's a Muff overdrive, so it's like a one knob Muff pedal, but it's only worth like $30.
Yeah.
So I traded twice. I'm up to a DE7. These go for like 80 to 100,
Yeah.
and I'm
So are
about
you
to.
just going, like, you're just
Like,
trade,
yeah, like we're trying to trade in,
Pokemon
trade out,
in
see
this
what I can
thing?
end up with.
That's exactly.
Trade
I don't
my
know how
Bulbasaur for
high the
yours.
sky is for the day, what can be
That's
accomplished,
a
but
fun game
That's
to
a good
play.
I think I'm gonna go try and push for a trade in on DoD analog delay. To see if I can make that happen.
Nice.
Like eventually turns into a guitar. And then
I know,
Ah,
If I could walk out with a guitar
That would
or
be
an
the
amp,
dream.
I don't know if I need another guitar right now.
I
but
don't.
maybe an
Fair
amp
point, yeah.
would be kind of cool, or even just a higher end pedal would be super sick.
Yeah.
But I paid $20 for that Muff overdrive shipped
Wow.
a couple
Wow.
years ago.
Holy crap.
Didn't like how it sounded. I know some people can make it sound good, but I can't.
Roman could.
Roman just made that sound incredible
Yeah.
in the 30 seconds he played it.
Yeah.
well, that's
Amazing.
good job there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think we're gonna head back in there.
Yeah, we'll probably
See
take
what's
a
up.
spin around.
Yeah.
You can't resist a good guitar show. I mean, we
Oh,
can't.
I know.
Yeah. How was the draft though?
It was.
That was fun.
I saw
cool, yeah.
pictures. That looked.
Yeah.
There were so many people.
So many people there.
I think yesterday there were over 300,000.
I'm like,
I
are
can't
guys
even imagine. Today we also have the marathon, so it's just like
no.
when we found out we were not gonna be there, but doing the draft the first day was really cool. It was just
Yeah, the
'cause
energy
it
was
was
really good.
busy, but it wasn't like hadn't gotten to a point where you couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like and we were playing on the east side of things, so we live on the east side,
Yeah,
so we were
it's a
able
little
to get
bit
in. We didn't have to
easier.
go like the downtown way. So
Oh
that was
man,
easy,
like
but-
I live in Hillsborough Village. I couldn't imagine.
Oh my god, that's
Just
gonna
like
be
walk at that point.
yeah.
No.
Yep.
Are they gonna fix
But-
your jersey?
I don't know.
I think we'll just get some white out and maybe
I know,
that-
and it's like a big white
Yeah,
marker.
yeah.
They're
That's
so
the
nice.
second- I
They're
know,
like
they're
the-
so nice.
Yeah.
proper
Yeah.
like this like thread count must
I know,
be
yeah.
super high on this.
Awesome.
And at that point, I was just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Makes for a good story.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, it's Emily here with.
Ryan from Tommy's Guitar Shop.
And Ziggy from Tommy's.
And you guys have a Fender Bronco neck and body.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys get this?
So, legend has it that that thing sat at Tommy's house for the good part of more than 1 decade.
Uh-huh.
Randomly, he showed up with it this morning after we'd already loaded everything up, saying, "Hey, let's try to get this thing sold. I don't know anything about it, neither do you, but let's get it out of here." And I was like, okay, we'll see. And he's like, we'll sell it for $100. And I'm like, that won't sell.
$100. So you only had one offer on this before me, right?
Yeah, it was $10, and I countered at 30, and they walked.
Really?
Yep.
And I said 25, and you said?
Okay.
Oh, right. Yeah, so he doesn't know anything about it? It looks like it might have had a Mustang type tailpiece on it.
I'm assuming someone tried to fit like some sort of Floyd Rose or like a Wilkinson trim into it.
Yeah.
I don't know what they did up there past the nut, but as long as you replace that nut, get something proper radius, Things should be fine.
Yeah, I think I'll have some fun with this one. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Myself.
We're playing a fun game today.
Oh.
So we're doing a trade-in, trade-up, and I came in with a pedal, and I've been trading pedals, and I'm interested to see if you'd be interested in trading a DE7 for the TS9B you got there.
How about, let's do it.
All right.
Oh, you did it. Okay, now we're going to have to get a picture.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's delightful.
That's one of my favorite.
Delightful.
It's minty.
I would have just stopped the game at that if I didn't already own one of those. It's one of my favorite delays ever.
Totally fair. I mean, and the coolest part about those is the fact that you can just depress the switch with the knob, and then boom, you don't mess with it.
The lock is super cool.
All right, so we're going to get a picture of Andrew holding up that and you guys holding up this. All right. Yay! Thank you, fellas, so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, we're here with our friend Delia, who we just ran into. She's been here for about an hour, I guess, and she got just the cable so far?
Cable, some weird box, and a flight case gig bag. Yeah, check this
that's
out.
actually really pretty.
What's in the box?
What's in the
Could be
box?
anything. Wait,
Have you opened it yet?
I did open it. Yeah, it's like kind of messed up on the inside, but it's stuck. There we go.
That's a pretty jewelry box. Or other things box now.
It's totally another thing's box.
Yes, it is.
But it just happens to also have a mirror in it. But yeah, it's like $10. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love the bag too.
thank you.
She's got a cat bag. Is that like
It's
grumpy?
not a cat wallet. You can't like have them all at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I have my cat wallet. I think in that purse.
Is it from Couch?
Oh, it's.
I have one. I have this one too.
Do you?
Yeah, that's my going out wallet. And then
Yes.
my everyday wallet is this one.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I don't carry that much stuff. But Andrew, tell her about your game.
So I showed up with a Muff Overdrive, which is a $30 Muff variant. It's just one knob wonder. Doesn't sound super great. I've had it for a couple of years. I think I paid like $20 shipped for it a couple of years ago. Plugged it in, decided I didn't like it, and it hasn't been worth my time to try and sell in reverb. So I've been trading through a couple different people throughout the day, and so far I'm up to a Ibanez bass tube screamer.
What?
So I'm having a lot of fun with this.
Oh my god, I have like
Well, it's nice because
three
I
pedals
want to
that I don't
spend
want.
I want to spend a bunch of money today, but I'm broke and have more important things to be spending money on, unfortunately. But this is just a fun way to engage and have a whole lot of fun today.
Yeah, that
So
was genius.
it's
actually.
only it's 1 o'clock. I've been
Yeah.
here for 3 hours and I spent an hour at a show.
But we spent an
I
hour
wanna.
on a show.
Well, now I want to trade you for this, except I don't have any pedals with me.
I'm excited.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what
We'll
happens.
see what I end up with at the end of the day.
Awesome.
I also got a fancy gig bag. That was the biggest purchase. Like TSA quality, but soft.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like those.
And I did
like
get a new
those.
credit card for this show. I'm not gonna lie.
Fantastic. Yes.
That's the kind of stuff
Get the
like
points.
non-musicians don't understand how important that is. It's like
A good gig bag or
a good gig bag. Well, there's that too.
Ergonomics.
Exactly.
Sweet.
The functionality.
I think we're just gonna walk around a little bit more and see what else. See if Andrew
Yeah,
can
there's
end
a
up
whole
with
bunch
a
of stuff
Strymon
over there.
Volante or something.
Yeah, this is my second pass. So like
Yeah.
now I
Now
looked
you
to see
know.
if there were any bases on sale.
This is the farthest over we've made it so far.
Oh really?
Yes.
So
Yes.
You're doing a slow, thorough. I kind of did a pass through, and now I'm looking at the small things. I'm like, oh, anybody got any pedals I want? Or
I'm
nope,
trying to
or
decide
nobody.
if I want to try and transition out of pedals into guitars and walk out with the guitar, or if I want to walk out with a nice pedal. And I think I might stick with pedals, but I'm not sure yet.
I would stick with the pedals because I don't think even if it's a shitty guitar, nobody's gonna trade you for a pedal. Just
Fair
on
enough.
principle, like
Fair enough.
mentally they can't see the
Yeah.
guitar
Right.
being
Yeah.
Right.
full
I
value.
think she's right.
Well, we'll see what I can end up with.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well, now I'll bet you $1 you can't get a guitar. But it has to be it has to be a working guitar.
Yeah,
it can't be a body.
It can't be this.
It has to be a working guitar.
I don't typically take bets, but
Come on.
this
is a really low entry.
It is a low entry, but it depends on what pedals are available. It really depends.
Well,
on
even
the
if you
pedals.
keep the same pedal, nobody wins. Well, we all win because we're all the guitar show.
He's also a sticker.
Stickers.
You.
Stickers, swag.
I need more stickers.
Oh, don't we all?
I have a stewardess
I'm gonna
case.
pass on the bet because now that the rubber's hitting the rotor, I'm realizing I want pedals.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
where my heart's at right now.
All right.
That's
Well,
what I would want.
yes. All right. Cool. Well, let's walk around and see what else you can get, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We might cross paths again.
Yes. It was great meeting you. Thank you so much.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah. All right. What you got your eye on, Andrew?
Part of me wants to trade up for the FX90 over here
Yeah.
because it's a cool pedal, but I think what I've got right now is worth more than that. And so
What do you think it's worth?
Well, so I looked at the FX90 and they're selling for $80 and up,
Yeah.
and this
Yeah.
one's selling, the TS9B is selling a few dollars up from that.
Okay. Would you trade for two pedals?
Ooh, that's a dangerous game. I don't know. I'll come back to here.
All right. Cool, cool. Oh, look at those necks. Oh. Lots of nice things at this booth. All right, so we're going to come back to this one.
I'm gonna finish walking down this way. There is a PH1 over here that's labeled 1981.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good. My name's Andrew. I'm with the Get Offset podcast. We're recording if that's all right by you. So who are you guys here with?
I've been doing guitar repair for the past 37, 38 years, so this is his collection, obsession, whatever you'd like to call it.
So I'm curious, so we're playing a fun game. I came in with a cheap pedal. I've been trading in and trading up throughout the day. Right now what I've got here is a TS9B, which is a bass tube screamer. I'd be curious if you'd be interested in a trade.
I am the muscle behind the operation, and my old man is the brain, so that would be a question for him. Right on.
Sounds good.
Hey.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I'm with the Get Offset podcast.
Hello.
I have a question for you. We're playing a fun game today. I came in with a cheap pedal, and I've been having some fun trading in and trading up.
Okay.
And so I'm curious if you want to make a deal. I am up to this TS9B Tube Screamer. This is in minty condition with the box.
Okay, so it's the, bass.
TS9B, yeah.
Okay.
And so for example, here's a listing for about what it's going for in mint condition with the box online. And I'm curious, I've got my eye on this guy. I'd be curious if you're willing to trade that.
If I was to do it,
Yes.
the silence is deafening.
I'm sorry?
I said the silence is deafening. I mean, honestly, I'd have to get $60 out of it.
All right.
Because I can't get that again for that price.
Right.
Completely understand.
So, yeah, if you want to do that.
I've only got $10 cash on me right now. I'm sorry, but I appreciate it.
Well,
Absolutely.
All
Thank you
right.
for your
Thanks
time.
so
I
much.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Oh, it's Coconut Monkey Electronics. Hey!
How's it going?
Doing all right. How are you guys?
Good. How are you? I'm Emily. I think we were messaging last night. Yeah. So we're here with Coconut Monkey Electronics. Mind being on a podcast episode?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, wow, that looks cool, a 3D printer.
Yeah, so we 3D print all of our bobbins. It allows us to do a lot of custom colors and designs at no extra cost. So we can do all these completely custom designs and sounds for the same price as a factory-made pickup.
That's really cool. Wow, and it's just like this bin of dreams.
You know what? My pink Strat could look really insane with like some bright green
Yeah, I was
or
gonna
bright
say
orange.
the bright green. Hey Rick, can we look at that Bronco? Now, what do you think would work well with this?
Ooh. So we do have one material that actually has wood fill in it.
Oh wow.
Like, I don't know if that would be interesting, but maybe not. One of my favorites is the marble.
I like that. That's really nice.
What am I?
Yeah. So how much does everything cost here?
We have, so for a set of humbuckers, it's $200.
Oh, you do humbuckers only right now, right?
Right now,
Right.
we're doing humbuckers only. We're working on getting designs for other styles, but we both play humbucker guitars primarily, so we started off with humbuckers.
Nice. Yeah.
Why the coconut and why the monkey? I feel like that can't be random. There's got to be a story.
So my parents went on vacation to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And they got me this monkey head carved out of a coconut.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, we're gonna get a picture of that.
It's creepy.
It's
It's slightly frightening.
No, it's entirely terrifying. But so when I was in high school, my band I was in, we would record in my bedroom, and we'd always hang the monkey on the desk, and so we could say, we recorded at Coconut Monkey Studios. And then we carried that name into Coconut Monkey Electronics, and it just kind of stuck, and it sticks in your mind, and it's kind of a fun thing to catch your attention.
I guarantee you,
totally.
I'm not forgetting that monkey.
Never.
Haunt your dreams.
Yeah, I'm gonna dream about that monkey.
It's staring. I think it's looking at me, but only
Yeah,
one of
it's-
its eyes is.
It's definitely looking at you, just fully.
Good times.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Nice. Good to meet you guys.
Likewise.
Really low output, about 7.2K on the bridge.
All right.
Alnico 2 magnets.
Yep.
It's got a really, really nice vintage sound.
Right.
The opposite end of the spectrum in the SG is what we call the Gorilla.
Is that a beefier,
super beefy,
like a Seth Lever based?
Kinda. I mean, I don't base them on anything really, but
Okay.
Fair
enough.
They're 16K
Oh,
in the
snap.
bridge. Ceramic magnets.
Yeah.
Like they are high output.
Is this tuned to like a drop tuning by chance?
No, it's standard E. So, and then we've got one that's kind of in the middle. We call it the 8.
Right.
It pretty flat EQ, so it works for a lot of different things.
Can I plug in the Gorillas?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to use your tube screamer?
Oh.
Is it a bass tube? Okay. I was gonna say my buddy was. Is that the one you were talking about? Have you already traded away?
So this is 3 trades in.
Oh shit.
So I came in with a Muff overdrive to the show, which is worth $20-$30.
Yeah.
And I'm up to this.
Okay.
So I'm trying to see what I can walk out with the
I
day.
was gonna say my buddy's set me up here to look for a guitar Ibanez Tune Screamer. I haven't seen one yet, but.
Well, depending on what they play, if he's into heavier stuff, the bass version gives you that lower end punch a lot more.
Oh, okay.
So,
we can work out a trade.
maybe.
Okay.
All right, yeah, take a seat and we can plug this guy in and give it a go.
Do it again, Andrew.
You sound really good. Thank you. And I know this amp well enough.
Hot.
It's very hot. I dig it.
Hot.
I'm also like really shaky.
Why are you so shaky?
I just need the cocaine, man.
I can't cuss on the podcast, but you can make cocaine jokes.
Maybe. Why do you think my nose is so big?
There's a cord somewhere around.
So Andrew's about to try a custom rotary speaker with amp and reverb. And then I think I'm going to talk about my Bronco with somebody. What you got? What you grab? All right. I'm going to go where I can hear them better. I can't believe that's only $250.
That's really neat.
Lower down.
Good deal. So what did you do? Trade your pedals for that guitar?
Oh, heck no. I paid $25 for that.
25?
Yeah.
It's a project piece.
It's a
Oh, that's
project.
great.
Yeah. I'm pretty into it.
No doubt.
Yeah.
See how the neck is.
It's nice. It's got some chunks taken out of it up there, but that don't matter.
Right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun player when I.
Oh, you can do it.
I know. I'm sure.
Frets are good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I like the feel of the neck.
Me too, right? It's like $25. They said some guy offered 10, and he said how about 30? And then the guy just walked away. I'm like, well, I'll give you 25.
Yeah, obviously he was after for 25.
Obviously. Yeah. Still got some shielding in there.
Yeah, shielding. No, that's not factory. Man, that's just so barbaric though. It's like,
Yeah, they obviously just took a chisel
Right.
or something in there.
Yeah, totally.
But, do you think a
That's
Mustang,
fun.
do you think it's just a Mustang bridge, probably?
Well,
it looks
take,
like
take
it.
a look at this. Here's a couple.
Alright. I have an extra Mustang bridge at home.
Oh, you have one?
Tailpiece. Vibrato, I mean. Yeah.
Oh, vibrato? Okay.
Yeah. So knowing what they look like inside, it looks similar.
I think, I don't know.
It might be. Might be close.
Might be close.
I'll find something for it. I'm not worried.
You think that's stock? No?
I think the original part's stock. I think they tried to route it out for a Floyd,
Oh, okay. Oh, Floyd, yeah.
judging from
You might be.
that up
Oh,
there.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they kind of screwed it up, but
You know
it's okay.
what? It just adds to the character.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yours is a longer skill length.
Yeah, it is. That one is.
Look at that. What's the scale?
Well, wait, she's sitting on something.
I am. You're right.
No, it's the
No,
same.
it's the same.
Same.
It looks the same.
Elvis messed it up.
Yeah, screwing it up.
Elvis messing everything up.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You still got that telly though.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
It is pretty. I can't walk away from here with two guitars. No.
Not without some serious currency.
What about that digital sampler and delay? Would you be interested in doing a little bit of a trade?
Which one? This one?
The Boss?
I think
You just want
I
cash for
really
that
want
one.
to, of all the pedals, I think I want to get some cash for that.
Is that an expression pedal? What is that?
What's the what?
The $5?
Oh, it's a
Just
wah-wah.
expression. Oh, it's a wah?
It's a really nice wah, actually.
Yeah.
Just that it's unknown. It's not a crybaby.
Right. Okay.
Oh, near. I mean, I've played it. It really sounds nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Probably rare. $5. Can't beat it.
$5.
Can't beat
Yeah. All right.
it. You need that? You should have that. That's just your kind of thing.
I have a wah. I never
Impressive.
use
You need
it.
another one. Here's another one.
Just look at your bed of dreams here.
Yeah, better get
All that.
you get a Kurt Cobain book.
I do not.
You might.
I.
Pretty entertaining. I'm not into them at all, but it's weird. It's just like
Yeah.
it was like a notebook that somebody found that he wrote on for years.
That's not my kind of thing.
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
it wasn't mine either.
Yeah.
But it was
But you
interesting
give
to
it
read
life,
a little bit one time. Spend a couple hours going, okay.
Oh,
I got it.
totally. Nice.
You guys are weird. Blew his brains out.
Oh, yep.
You guys try anything else?
I've tried a couple of different things. I think we're running out of people who've seen us already. So,
But I think
if you want to keep that, I'm happy to make this trade. If you don't, I'm not. It's completely up to you.
Let's do it.
all right.
Trade.
All right.
Nice. Last picture. Last picture for now.
What you started out with and what you ended up with.
Oh, I forgot to take a picture of that.
Oh.
You should do it.
Alright. Yeah. Yay. Oh, right. Now, I kind of thought that I might enter the game if someone can.
Okay, I'll hold this. She's got nicer things than I do.
I might.
Okay, let's see.
Timber.
Oh,
Yeah.
MD Effects.
Yeah.
But you got the Warlord over here from them.
And I actually just got rid of the High Tide, I think. It's like a chorusy from MD Effects.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what is this?
It's like a clone. It's a multi-gain stage light overdrive situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You guys know who MDFX is?
Yeah, I've messaged him once or twice.
Oh, okay.
Is there more to the story, or?
No, I was just wondering. I thought maybe like you guys are connected somehow.
No, not
He's a
officially.
small builder, right? Like,
Yeah, he's in California.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this Warlord pedal is the first one I was introduced to him by, and
What's that based off of?
I'm not sure. It's just an overdrive. I don't remember if it's like anything specific.
That's clonish. It's pretty nice.
Klon, okay.
I think
so. You have
so.
volume drive.
And then like some clipping stages.
Okay. So let's see. So you're looking to trade up for something from this?
I'm just looking to get something different. I'm not playing the same game that Andrew is playing. I would love something interesting.
Okay.
This is interesting.
It's weird. Like I'm not sure even how this thing works. This like box with a bunch of patching, like makes a lot of weird noises.
Yeah, I like weird. I have some friends who do a lot of CV stuff that might be.
That's the weirdest pedal I've ever owned.
Yeah.
It has 2 powers.
Have you played it?
Very lightly. It's so hard to play.
Is it? So it's got. So you have to power both sides.
I don't know. I think this is the main power. I don't know why he made.
Yeah.
It doesn't bypass properly. I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't?
If you want to take on the project.
I think that I might like to introduce some friends to that.
Okay.
I think just for the fun. And you know what? Almost if it doesn't work well, I feel like it would just be a kind of a beautiful thing to put on a shelf.
Okay.
I'm just so curious about it.
Yeah, it's a circuit bender that this guy took at Boss DS1 and he just gutted it, put it in a big box, and then just put these kind of like interconnecting I don't know what you call it, this little patch bay that he made.
Yeah.
So you just basically, these are just points in the circuit of the DS1 that you're shorting and you're creating, basically circuit bending.
How's it sound?
It's all kinds of weird. It gets into this like sine wave. You have to start with a certain pattern that when he sent it to me, he told me to start with a certain pattern. I have to go back in the email to check it out.
Yeah.
But
if I hit you up, can you email that to me?
I definitely can.
Yeah.
So
You know
maybe we do it. We should do it.
I'll do it. I'll do that. Awesome. Cheers. Enjoy that.
Yeah, I got the
You never
timber.
had this one before yet.
No,
I love the color of it.
Yeah.
What kind of pedal is it?
It's kind of a light to medium overdrive. It's nice. I just have a couple of those, and yeah,
Not
I don't
really
need,
your style type of pedal?
I just don't need that many. It's a little tame. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, it works. The guy just played it over there and almost bought it from me, but all right, well, cheers. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Pleasure. Thanks. So that was kind of the end of my day. I traded with Roman for that Simon the Magpie DS1, and then Rick and I headed home. But Andrew, you stuck around a little bit.
I did, yeah. You were a party pooper and left early.
Oh, Rick was like, he was so patient, and I was like, we should just get this fine fella home.
Yeah, so I stuck around for a little bit longer, and probably maybe another hour or two. And I walked around the floor a little bit more after you left, and then I realized what time it was, and it was Mark Holcomb from Periphery was performing.
Oh, nice.
And I'm a big fan of that band. They do some great stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing walking around this hall? So I walked over and I listened to his session. It was just him, his guitar, his rig, and some backing tracks, and then he was taking Q&A in between songs. And it was really cool to sit there like 10 feet away from where he was and just watch him just absolutely shred without breaking a sweat. And it
Yeah.
was, I think my favorite part about the whole session is that dude is so freaking chill.
Is he? That's awesome. I saw a lot of pictures that people took with him, so it seemed like he was into that aspect of it.
Well, like not even like that sort of chill. It was like he would like finish off a thrash part of a song demonstration. And I'm just sitting here like about to start a pit, which I really shouldn't have there. I'm glad I didn't. I would have gotten thrown out. But like I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And then he's like, so yeah, so that was this chord progression. And you see the really beautiful thing about this progression and the reverb on the end of that trail. I'm like, holy crap, you just went from like making me like all like hyped up to like you should be narrating a kid's book right now. It
Aw.
was like super smoothing voice, not like it was super strange the contrast. But very cool, very down to earth kind of guy. I'm a fan. And yeah, but I'm sorry for anyone who didn't go. It was awesome.
Yeah. Well, we only went on the Saturday, and which I feel like means that we had the best opportunity to get the best things before anybody else got them. But I imagine on Sunday potentially a few better deals were made.
Although, they say the early bird gets the worm.
They do say that. My dad always said that. But he always
No.
woke up at 4:30 every morning, I felt like.
Yeah, I was gonna say I woke up at 4 this morning for work, and I do have to say, if that's what the worm is, I am not interested.
Yep, don't want it. Don't.
Yep.
I'm also not much of a night owl.
I'm the
Yeah.
kind of person in college. So in college, I had a semester where all of my classes were before noon. With it was a weird schedule. I managed to get all my classes in before noon, Monday through Friday, and then Monday through Thursday, and had Friday off. So it was a 4-day class week. It was super strange.
That's worth it. I did that twice, and it was all kinds of worth it.
But what I ended up because I'm such a night owl, the sleep schedule that I got into was I would stay up till probably 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Sleep 3 or 4 hours, wake up, go to class for the morning, eat lunch, go back to my dorm room, and slept for probably 4 or 5 hours. Woke up and did it all over again. And so I didn't have a full night of sleep. And after a few weeks of this, I got into the habit of doing this on the weekends. And so
Yeah.
there probably about 2 months, a solid 2 months where I didn't sleep more than probably 5 hours tops at any given point in time.
Oh,
And
no, thank you.
it was the most productive semester of my undergrad.
Yeah.
I got
No,
so
thanks.
much done.
I got a lot done, but that sounds awful.
So, anyways, that was that. But yeah, after the Mark Holcomb, I don't know if it's like a session, or like we should call it a session, or I don't know, whatever
A
the
little
show
performance masterclass.
performance masterclass, something like that, clinic. I don't know. There's a little bit of everything. I
Mhm.
went walking back around the hall, and I had 2 more exciting things happen while I was there. I had a good chat with my friend Kelly, who's the Gibson rep for the Pacific Northwest.
Oh,
And
nice.
he
talked
and I go
about
back to
he talked about striking matches with you earlier in the day, right?
Yeah, so I ran into him earlier in the day, and it was a pretty brief conversation. It was like, hey, what's up? I haven't seen you since the Guitar Center days.
Mhm.
Crazy seeing you here. We both worked for that company at similar times, and it's funny. He was actually the first one to interview me when I applied for the job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a long, crazy story. We can get into that another day, but I've always really liked the guy. He and I go back a few years. It's like, yo. And so I swung back around after things had died down at his booth, and it's like, hey, so seriously, how are things going? How are things going with Gibson? Are you excited for Mark Agnesi being on board? Like tell me all of the things. What's coming up for the 2020 line? And we just got to talking, and we probably talked for 15 or 20 minutes, and it was really neat how the conversation pretty seamlessly swung into a conversation about diversity and inclusion, hearing some of his perspective on what Gibson is doing to support women and minorities in the industry, and his perspective and how he approaches things and what his personal thoughts are. And I don't want to share too much of that because that was a personal conversation, but I just wanted to say that it's really neat to see
Yeah.
an industry representative talk just openly about, yes, this is important. This is a
With
community we're a part of.
yeah, and without prompting.
Yeah, so that was super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
And so I was hesitant to ask. I was like, you know what? I'm about to walk out the front door. I don't have to see this person again if it goes really that bad. So I was like, hey, this doesn't have a price tag on it. Do you have an idea of what you'd be willing to sell this for? And knowing that the only money I have in my back pocket is $10 cash in ones.
Oh, I didn't
And
know it was in ones. That's pretty funny.
yeah, it was in ones. And the gentleman's like, well, honestly, I'm not really sure, but I don't remember if it turns on. I remember that the compression wasn't very notable, but I mean, I don't know, like, make me an offer. And so I laid all my cards out on the table. I said, you know what? I'm heading out the door for the day. All I've got left is $10 in my back pocket. Was hoping to make one last snag on the day. And he just looks at me. He's like, if it's broken, do you think you can fix it?
Nice.
Yeah, sure. How much could be wrong with it? Sold. So I feel an obligation to bring it back to life a little bit, although it's got plenty of life in it. It doesn't bypass, which is super strange, but when it's engaged, the compression does quite a bit of compressing and sounds super super spanky is the term that comes to mind playing through it. It's really weird, but it's this really tight, aggressive, compressed sound. I really dig it. Makes me want to play it.
Would you say it's more funk or more country?
More funk, I would say.
Nice.
It made me want to,
Nice.
like, I was sitting down like, I'm gonna play some Michael Jackson riffs, like I was thinking,
Yes.
beat it. Bow, 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 bow. So it just nails that feeling, and I'm actually super psyched. I'm gonna play with the bypass, see if I can get it working. But
All right, yeah, I think that's fixable.
that's got to be one of the least difficult parts of the whole circuit. I'm sure it's something super simple like a wire's loose on that foot switch or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and like folks were saying, if you really love it and you can't get it to work, you can just like smack it on a true bypass looper.
Yeah, I could do that. I could also mod it.
But also comp always on is kind of a normal thing, isn't it?
It can be. This is definitely not a subtle compressor. And so depending on the gig, I could use this as always on, but I also don't gig a whole lot right now anyway. So if I'm just tracking through my computer into my DAW, could not care less if it turns off as long as it does what I need it to for a part.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm super excited. It's officially my second comp. It's very different than my optical comp that I have, which is the Earthquaker device.
The Warden?
Yeah, the Warden.
Oh, that's a great comp.
It's a great comp. This is a very different, they're both very different sounds, and it's neat to have for $10. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. For a vintage, this has got to be 80s, made in Japan, Ibanez.
Yeah. That's awesome. That was a really good find.
Yeah, so I walked out with the two made in Japan pedals, the Ibanez and the GE7.
Nice. Yeah, that was really Roman was so much fun to play with.
He was. You could
was
see
so game.
Oh, absolutely. His eyes were all lighting up. He's getting all excited. It's like, oh yeah, here we go. Game's on. Let's do this.
Oh, he was so into it, and I really appreciate that. He didn't have to be.
He definitely didn't have to be, and I appreciate that he knew full well that he wasn't getting the upside of the trades, and he was totally all right with that, and I really appreciated that.
I mean, I get it. Those were things I assume he got in demos, so just to have fun with them, I think, was better than sitting around with them on your shelf all day.
No, but definitely.
But also, he made your little Muff overdrive sound really good.
Yeah, it was. There's a brief moment of seller's regret. He went and plugged it in through. It was a Fender Tweed and a Strat that looked well played, and that was the first time I've heard that pedal sound good. And I was immediately like, oh.
I mean,
Do I want to give this a second shot? I don't know. I
Yeah.
played with it for a few hours and I just couldn't get a sound that I liked out of it between itself and
And he
stacking.
gets it in 20 seconds.
Well, not even.
Not
It was
even. It's like immediate.
yeah.
Yeah. No, just big shout out to Roman of Shnobel Tone. Especially that was a ton of fun.
Absolutely. Roman, you're the real MVP for the day.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Also, big shout to Striking Matches, Sarah and Justin. They were incredible. And I enjoyed our little talk about whiskey and whatnot after.
Yeah.
She was right. We didn't get to talk about that.
No, we didn't, but maybe we'll have to have her. Maybe we'll have Justin on the show next time.
Yes, they rip.
That was nuts.
Yeah, it really was. So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I had a great time. I know the next guitar show for me is I'll be going up to the Vancouver Guitar Festival at the end of June. That's going to be a very different affair, but if everyone who's listening likes this kind of format, I would really love to do something similar up there. I know it's weird that I know more people going to the Vancouver Guitar Festival 3 hours away than the Tacoma one, an hour away. But that is definitely the case. Yeah, so I think that if people dig this episode, I'll try to do something similar up there. Not with the tradesy thing, that was a lot of fun, but just having some conversations with folks.
Absolutely, I'm a fan.
Yeah. Cool. Well, on that note, thanks for listening. Thanks for understanding. This has been a very special episode of Get Offset.
This is Andrew.
And I'm Emily. Goodbye.
Bye.